And that's that. Now I have packed take folders, and I'm able to go through, and if I like the part from this here, I can go through and grab that, and then grab this part because that one was better, and then grab this one, and then that one. So that's really how this works, and that's why I'm doing it, is so that whenever we're going through and getting the live mix down, we don't have to get musicians in to replay their parts. Okay, so today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to actually be going through some Logic stuff. I used to be a Pro Tools user, and I switched to Logic only because price-wise I have Logic and I don't want to pay for Pro Tools again yet, but I will eventually. But in the meantime, there's a lot of inconveniences that have come with that, like knowing how Pro Tools works and seeing that Logic doesn't work like Pro Tools. So I'm hoping to make this video to help anyone with that, or just in general learn how to do what I'm trying to do. So in this video, I have a huge multi-track session of our band from Sunday, and we're playing a big song, and we have practices that we also recorded, and I wanted to bring in those practice takes to this session as like takes and pack them in a folder and stuff. So I'm going to try to show you how I do this. Something really important to note is you'll need a click track for each take, if that makes sense. So we have one for this big session, and then we have one click track for our next session and one click track for the next one. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into it and start working through this. So first things first is I'll have to cut this down, and the reason why I'm putting this part in and not just cutting to it, not being cut down, is so that you can kind of see the process of how I cut this down. So I'll have to find the one, and I want to cut on that. So thankfully I have a guide in here to tell me. 2, 3, 4. So that's that downbeat right there. So I'll press E to bring up the edit window. I'll click this. I'll maybe zoom out because it looks like it's pretty zoomed in. There we go. So it looks like 2, 3, 4. That one right there. So the way I like to do this is you'll hold Command, make sure your marquee tool is selected, grab that, and then you can hold Control, the Control button, and then the arrow key that's above the period and comma to go back and forth, and then you'll grab the transient. And then from here, I go through and I just grab everything by pressing Command A, since my marquee or whatever is on the right spot. And then I'm gonna Command A to grab it all, and then Command T to break it all. And then I will back out here and go down and grab all of this stuff here, and then delete it. Okay. And sorry for the background noises. I am working on something on a 3D printer, and that's what you're hearing in the background. And yeah, you're right, I could have probably not done that, but also I just wanted to shoot this tutorial and I need this work done too. So, okay. So now since we have that, we just got to get the end of the song, which it looks like I can follow the click tracks. It looks like it ends here. Okay. 1. So we can call that the end of the song. Command T again. And this one, I'm not making that exact because at the end of the song doesn't as matter as the beginning, as much as the beginning. So one thing I forgot to mention, once you cut this, you'll go through and I bet you I can show it here. Let's see. So if you zoom in, oh, this one actually did it. But sometimes I have to turn off this snap smart tool right here. This like snaps your marquee to the correct spot. I have to do that to make sure these go all the way to the beginning in order to get that click. But now if I press play, so you can hear it's like the downbeat's there, and we are going. The next thing I want to do is prepare my rehearsals that we have. So I will show you that. What we have here is my Logic sessions we multi-track recorded into Logic from our soundboard. And in each of these we have 2 rehearsals before the Sunday, because this was the EP it was extra special. Normally we have one. So we recorded each rehearsal, and we're just going to put these takes from these different instruments in here. So what I want to do is right click, hit show package contents, go through and grab the media. Now this is going to take me a second to find these, so I won't show this part, but I'm going to grab the correct takes for the tracks that I want. I don't need everything, but I'll grab the correct takes, and then I'll kind of like explain my process a little better once I have this ready. So I found, after listening to these full stream mix that we have, it's like a 2-track that we bounce out with this. It helps for referencing whenever I'm mixing this stuff in post. But this, I found after listening to these 2, 4, and 5 are what I'm going to be taking from here. So you'll know in your own tracks what you need to grab and move. So I found out that I needed takes 2, 4, and 5. So I'm going to bring them all over at one point. And so I'll hold command to select the individual ones that I want to. So I'm going to grab the guide out of here. I'm going to grab the click, and then just make sure you're grabbing the ones that you want to move in your own session. So now I'm going to go to my session, and I'm going to drag and drop the tracks down below, and I'll have it create new tracks. So I'll press E to make that edit screen go away so I can have a better full screen view. And then I will move all this over to here, and it'll have a little placement. I place it as far to the left as I can, and then I'll hit create new tracks. This might take a second, pretty fast. What I like to do is I'll grab these individually, holding command 2, grab each one. So 2. Since you have all those, you can actually just grab them, and then if you move them, it puts them all together like that. So then I'll just do that for 5. Oh, did I grab 6? Bro. Alright, I gotta move. Let me get this one out of the way. That was command delete that I used. So I need to go grab click 4. Make sure it's lined up to the top. And I have the snap off, just so you know. So we'll start with 4 then. And make sure you're holding command. So now we have them all organized by takes. So then the next thing I like to do is grab all this, and I'll change the color. Oh shoot. All right, let me just grab all this, and you can just right click, hit assign track color. I'll do purple for practice and change it to that purple. Then while I have all of these selected, I'll also do assign track color. Oh wait, I gotta actually click the tracks. All right, come on, buddy. And then you have to actually click the tracks and then hit name and color, and then show color by tracks. There we go. So now those are purple. These are also going to be purple. And so I'm going to change these to a different shade of purple though. Maybe like that one. Alright, selected them all. Love it. And then you'll have to click over the tracks part to get to this option, and you'll hit color by tracks. So now you can kind of see it's a different color of purple. Of course, you don't have to do purple. I'm just showing you for this example. And then we'll go to assign track color, and then we'll do another color of purple. Let's do really dark. Okay, and then name and color, and then color by regions. There we go. Alright, so now since we have this, the last thing I like to do, which I should have done whenever I was gathering them all together, is I'll select the areas and I'll do Control Command G, which is group. It's a shortcut for group. Click Edit and Quantize, and then that's all I really want to make sure that's grabbed together. So that's going to make sure that we're editing them all together. Then here I'll do the same thing, Control Command G, editing, quantize, and then here, Control Command G, editing, quantize. Okay, so now since we have this, we should be good to just select one and it selects them all, which is great. And we can go to the part where this begins. So we're starting on the downbeat of 1, which we're cutting to in that original track, so we'll just find it here.
2, 3.
Oh yeah, I should probably solo all these.
2, 3, 4.
Okay. I'll just double check.
2, 3, 4.
Okay. So that's that one right there. And then it's going to be, I'm holding Command to grab that. And then I'm going to use Control, the back arrow to get to that transient. Clicking the top part here to grab them all, and then Command T, and that gets them. And then I'll grab the top part again, delete, grab this, and then I move it all the way to the beginning. Then that's that. Next is going to be this one. And we'll just solo these. Of course, whenever you're grouping, you can group solo them, but I just don't really care to.
4.
Alright, and it looks like that one is also the same. So we will grab this. I just double check my work.
2, 3, 4.
1. Okay. Grab it here, Control back, and then this, Command T, delete, and drag. And obviously just be careful when you're dragging these backwards, because you don't want to override a track up or down. There is a key command that you can do that like prevents you from doing that, but I just can't remember it off the top of my head.
3, 4.
Alright. And then last ones.
2, 3, 4.
1. Okay. And then, oh, wrong button. Command, Control. Alright. And then Command T, delete. If you hold shift, it'll go back and you won't like slide over one or the other. Cool. So now since we have that, we should actually do this huge mess. Awesome. So it looks like these are lined up. And so now, from here, you want to undo all the grouping. And then go through and add these individually together. So what I'll do is I'll get we'll start with the bass. Let's see, where's the bass at here? All right, it's all right for now. So bass. So for take 2, it's bass, bass, bass. All right, and then we're gonna move it into here by grabbing this, and then we'll right click on the actual area over here, and then we're gonna do pack take folder. And then when we do that, it puts it on the last one that you clicked, I believe. So that's why I clicked the actual track. And then now I have all those takes in order. And then and then the cool thing about color coding them too is, these two are pretty indistinguishable, but you can see that's the dark purple one, here's the other purple, and then here's the lightest purple. And then here's my green original take, so that's what I'll set it to. But now these are organized in a folder, and if you go through it, you'll see the holes where it took those from there and then pulled it out. And then you'll just, once you do this, you'll be able to just delete these tracks here. So I'm going to go through and do that for all of them, show you the empty session. Let's see. And then that should be it. Okay, so I'm all done with these. Actually, I'll show you this. As I was importing them, this is the one thing I don't truly get. It's probably how the order I'm doing it, but it'll bring in not the one I want for these sessions here. So it's like, for instance, it always was bringing in number 2, but I want number 1, and then I just have to like go through and grab the end. So there's a little bit of extra work, but that's logic for you. So I've just been going through and doing this on the tracks that I bring in. And there's probably a way to avoid it. If anyone knows, just put it in the comments. And that's that. And then the rest of this here, you can see I just have the clicking guides left. So I'll grab the bottom here, and then I'll grab to the top and then do Command Delete to delete tracks and regions. And that's that. Now I have packed take folders, and I'm able to go through, and if I like the part from this here, I can go through and grab that, and then grab this part because that one was better, and then grab this one, and then that one. So that's really how this works, and that's why I'm doing it, is so that whenever we're going through and getting the live mix down, we don't have to get musicians in to replay their parts because they're volunteers and we're not trying to do that to them. So um, just having some fun being able to A/B parts, and yeah, hope this helped you, and have a good day.